I'm Asaki Matsuzaki, a psychiatrist.
People with depression. I'm a worthless person, or I'm always causing trouble for those around me, tend to blame themselves.
So then, why does such self-blaming occur in people with depression? That's what I'd like to explain.
Perhaps you've heard someone around you with depression constantly blaming themselves.
Or it might be that you yourself are experiencing depression and keep blaming yourself. In fact, it has been found that this act of blaming oneself is not just a matter of personality. It is thought to arise from mechanisms brought about by the illness of depression. Let me introduce two features. First,
To make internal attributions for bad outcomes.
and external attributions for good outcomes. That's the tendency.
When a person develops depression, it has been found that strong distortions arise in the way they perceive the causes of events.
For example, suppose you fail at a presentation.
If you're healthy, well, the audience this time just wasn't interested in the topic. Or, I didn't prepare enough this time. Or, I just wasn't feeling well today.
And you look for the cause in external or temporary factors.
But if you're depressed, this turns into, it's all my fault. I'm a worthless person. You end up thinking like that.
In technical terms, this is called an internal attribution bias.
To put it simply, it means the habit of thinking that all bad things come from within, that the cause lies in oneself. On the other hand, what if something good happens? For example, suppose you're praised at work.
Normally, you would think it's because I worked hard, or it shows that I'm capable.
But if you're depressed, it was just luck, or it was only because others helped me. And you see the cause of good things as lying outside yourself. This is what's called external attributions. In this way, the fact that thinking about good things and bad things becomes extremely biased is the first reason. The second reason, the tendency to blame the person rather than the behavior. It is said that even in the way people blame themselves, there is a pattern unique to depression. When you fail at a presentation, you might feel discouraged. With the mindset of a healthy person, you might think, the failure was because I didn't prepare enough. This puts the problem in the behavior. And with this way of thinking, there's room for improvement, like next time I'll prepare more. With the mindset of a person with depression, I'm bad at giving presentations, or I'm truly a worthless person. It tends to end up like that.
Do you see the difference? This is blaming not the behavior, but one's character or ability.
And character and ability are not easily changed, so there seems to be no room for improvement.
This easily becomes a factor that leads to hopelessness. In this way, it is said that the stronger the tendency to blame one's character and the like, the more severe the symptoms of depression tend to become. To summarize today's talk, the reason people with depression blame themselves is that the following two factors are intertwined. First, to make internal attributions for bad outcomes and external attributions for good outcomes. That's the tendency. Second, the tendency to blame the person rather than the behavior. If you're someone who is suffering right now from blaming yourself, please try to see it a little more objectively as something that comes from the mechanism of the illness. That shift may be the first step toward breaking free from the negative loop of self-blaming. If you found this video interesting, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. And please share this video with someone else. That's all. Hey!